Okay, just want to do a video for learners and trying to emphasise the importance of getting yourself into good habits when you're driving along, forming good habits. This is a really good thing to do, because what it means is that you're not just doing things for the purposes of the test, and so once you pass the test you forget about them. You're doing things because it's become a habit to do these good things, and that's a big deal. That is one good example of these thing that I'm talking about is where we look, training your eyes to look in the correct places, because when you first start to learn to drive, it's not immediately obvious where you should be looking, and with time, with experience, that does develop. But initially you need to be getting yourself into good habits about where to look, and generally speaking there's what I call the here and now. It's about a 2-second gap in front of you. That's one area where you need to be looking, and I'll explain why in a second. And then the other area you need to be looking is well in advance, scanning your eyes well in advance as well. And let me just go over both of those, what I mean by both of those places. So the here and now bit is the bit that's going to be bringing the unexpected thing that sometimes crops up, like for example you'll be driving along and an animal darts out in front of the car, or there will be a pothole that you just could not see before, and maybe some oil, or a traffic cone that blows. It's a windy day and it suddenly blows into the road, or a roadwork sign, or a dustbin, or a kid. That's the here and now, the stuff that just kind of pops up, and you need to be very aware of it. The other stuff, the stuff that's in the distance, and it really is in the distance, like looking ahead, I'm thinking about beyond that brown sign. I'm looking at that national speed limit sign and that roadwork sign, not this roadwork sign, the second roadwork sign. That's how far I'm looking in advance. And the beauty about that is that that's telling your brain, that's giving you the information about what's coming up. And that's a big deal as well. You need to know what exactly is cropping up in the fairly near future. So for example, it might be, where is this road going? What are the bends? Where are the bends? And you might see brake lights on a motorway, and that gives you fair warning that something's cropped up. You look in your central mirror and you see well in advance, well behind you, see 3 motorbikes approaching at speed. These are things that are very important to see early on. It might be the fact that you're in a national speed limit and you're coming into a 30, into a village, and the sooner you can see that, the sooner you can start preparing for that. And there's a couple of ways we can do that. We can train our eyes to do that, and one is that you can use technology to help you. So just get a friend or family member to literally film your eyes, your head, as you're driving. A good driver turns their head all the time, making observations, information of what's around them all the time, and look at your eyes, where your eyes are looking. If you can see that your eyes are staring at something in front, then that's not good, generally speaking. Your eyes should be scanning and flitting around all the time when we're driving. That shows that's a driver that's actively looking for things all the time, scanning. So that's one thing you can do. Another thing you can do is just, as I'm doing here, filming in front and saying what you are seeing and how soon you're seeing it, because you'd be surprised, things that crop up that you just don't see, and you won't know that because you don't see it. You're not even aware that you're not seeing it. So the beauty with this, using these cameras, is just that you can rewind it and play it back and actually think, blimey, I didn't see that sign, or I didn't notice that dip in the road there, or the fact that there was a parking bay, or whatever it might be. So say what you are actually seeing and have a little spell of that. Now, the reason why this is a big deal is because, take what I've just mentioned. See that lorry there, look, he's got his back door open there, look, on the left. There's that one of those parking places I was talking about. Now this is important to see these kinds of things. It might be gravel on the road, or glass or wood with nails in it. And these things, you need to see them. You need to be able to be looking for these things as they crop up. Yeah, the reason why this is a big deal is because when you're looking well in advance, you're not just looking at the road well in advance, you're looking above the road as well. So signs is a good example of what you need to be looking out for. Entry slips from a dual carriageway. Entry slips is what you need to be looking for. You'll only see that, especially where I am around in Peterborough, they tend to be elevated. You will only see that in advance if you are looking above the road line. And so it's not just a simple case of staring in front of you about 10 to 15 car lengths in front of you. It's much, there's more to where you look than that. But by spotting these signs, you are giving yourself the information about what is cropping up. So here we are on this road here. This looks a pretty sort of, if you like, a standard dual carriageway setup, doesn't it? Certainly is around where I live, with the central reservation looking like that. And so if you were not paying attention here, you wouldn't see that sign. You can see just past these reduced speed now, just past these road roundabout hazard signs. Can you see these two signs here? If you weren't paying attention, right, have a look at what could happen. So you're driving along now, so that the council have done 2 there, right, and they've done another 2 here, right. So that's now 4 of those signs. But if you're not paying attention and you're just driving along, see how this develops, right? Come down here, come into this new road. Now the council have put that sign on the left there, look, twice, not even once, twice, for good reason. Because if you weren't paying attention, you then find yourself driving in this road. And I know we can tell now because there's cars coming this way, but look when these cars finish now, you could be thinking to yourself, oh yeah, I'm still on that dual carriageway, and you start overtaking someone, look, and bang. So I've seen 3 accidents in this area fairly recently, in about the last two months or so. 3 big accidents around here, and the council don't put 2 hazard signs like that up for no reason. That's because people aren't paying attention to traffic signs, to road signs, and so they're not seeing that they're in a different road, actually in a different type of road. So it's a big deal, this is. I'm not talking about something that's just nice to do. This is very, very important, to be properly scanning and getting the information in, good information in, so that you there, in that example, it was knowing what sort of road that you're actually on. But you see where I'm coming from with this. This is big stuff.